What's up YouTube, this is Matt here, and I'm going to be showing you a match I had earlier today. I was using my Constellar deck, and I was playing the new Dragon Rulers for this format. So to start, I played the Tenki to search out a Kaus, and I do the normal Constellar first play, Pollux, Kaus, and I went into Omega. I had no idea who I was playing. I probably would have went into Pleiades if I knew I was playing Dragon Rulers, but I set an MST in a Deep Prison and passed. So he plays cards of consonants, trade in, like Dragon Shrine, like the new Dragon Ruler deck just like thins out the deck a whole bunch using blue eyes and like tuners and normal monsters to get to the Dragon Rulers. And so he used Wingbeat of Giant Dragon once he summoned Redox to destroy my back row, and he sets something. I can't remember what it was. Here was a misclick. I meant to summon Algidi and then Kaus and go for Pleiades, but I accidentally just went for Kaus. But it is alright, I still got some damage off. And then I pass. The new Dragon Ruler deck is really interesting. No back row, a lot of high level dragons, 3 trade in, like just a bunch of draw power cards. I think the only traps he ever activated were Reckless Greed and the Dragon Carnation or whatever it is. But I summon Sheridan, search out a Kaus, and go for the Beehive so I could get some damage off. And he ends up summoning a Blue Eyes in attack position, and this is where Beehive's effect comes in at giving a Constellar monster 1000 attack when it battles. I think Beehive is a really underrated XYZ monster. And so I pass after that, and here's that Reckless Greed, and he ends up drawing another one. But he Foolish Burials the title, summons Redox, and banishes title, but to search, and then he ends up summoning Tempest and goes for Big Eye to take control of my Beehive so that he can get over my Omega. I would thought he was going to take my Omega, and then after I thought about it, I was like, yeah, he wouldn't be able to take my Omega off the board, so he sets that Reckless and passes, and this is where it kind of falls apart for him, because he's left me in a good position. I go Algidi, and then you special Sombre, you get back that Pollux, and then you go Pollux Kaus. So you get 4 level 4 summons off of that play right there. And so what I do is use Kaus's effect twice to change Kaus and Sombre to level 5 each. And then I overlay Pollux and Algidi for 101 and Kaus and Sombre for Volcasaurus. So I use the 101 to take control of his Big Eye so it's off the board, and then Volcasaurus to destroy the Beehive and do 24 damage. And then I overlay the Gaia Dragon since Volcasaurus can't attack directly that turn, and then I push for game using the 101 and the Gaia Dragon. So that's game 1. Both of these decks are pretty explosive if you know how to play them. I've been playing Constellars for a couple months now, and I'm really loving the deck. But the new Dragon Rulers are actually pretty good. So, yeah. So I sided in Mind Crush and Max C and a Soul Drain, actually, just for some of their random effects, but I didn't see the Soul Drain. So you can see how the new Dragon Rulers are working. They're really just thinning out the deck a whole bunch just so they can special summon. They really abuse the White Stone of Legend and Blue Eyes to get a ton of draw power into the deck. And so he goes for Draco Sack, and he's playing under the Max C challenge, so I actually get 3 draws off of this play. So Max C is a great side against Dragon Rulers. It always has been. And I ended up drawing another Max C. So I use Algidi and special summon a Kaus, and I go for that 101 again. Such an amazing card, and I take that Draco Sack from him because the tokens won't protect him from that. So 101 is an absolutely amazing card. It is incredible. I should have picked one up when it was like 30 bucks only, but now it's like 50, 55. So I'm thinking I'm going to get a Legacy of the Valiant box and see if I can get some good pulls. But yeah, so now it's his turn, and he summons the title and tries to attack over my 101, and I end up mirror forcing it. I could have used 101's effect, but I didn't want him to have the title on board because I didn't know what he had in his hand. So I end up using Tenki to search for Bear, which I like to do because you can, if you know you can get another, if you know Bear can attack directly, it's just like you're plussing off of it because you send the Tenki to the grave, you do the 1600 damage, and you get to search another Tenki to search a Kaus, which is good deck thinning, and you just get some like damage off. And then I attack with 101 and pass. So this turn he drew the Kidmodo Dragon, which is interesting. He plays Reckless Greed, Trade in, Cards of Consonance, like all really good draw power cards and deck thinning cards. And he gets back that Redox to his hand, and this will activate Mind Crush. Really doesn't matter because you can special summon dragons from the hand and grave, so afterwards it didn't really matter, but I figured why not, I have it down. So he ends up summoning Debris Dragon to get back Whitestone, and then Tidal, and he synchros for Scrap Dragon and destroys my Tenki. And then he gets back his banished Red MD, uses Kidmodo to special Blue Eyes, and then Red MD's effect to special summon Tidal back. But I guess he couldn't attack that turn because of one of the card effects. So here I kind of go off. I do Algidi, Sombre, like the same kind of play. I got back a Kaus to hand and summoned it. And I was basically going to go for the same Volcasaurus Gaia Dragon play with the 101. And I think he could read that of what I was doing, and so he just surrendered. So yeah, it's a pretty good display of what both decks are capable of. You can see in the last two turns of both of the duels, both of these decks are pretty explosive. If you know how to play them, the new Dragon Rulers are a little more difficult to play with them being limited. I think limiting all four of them was kind of harsh. I think Redox and Tempest should be at 2, and then Tidal and Blaster at 1. I think that would still make the archetype viable, but it would limit the more powerful Dragon Rulers. So yeah, that's it. I went 2-0 against the new Dragon Rulers with my Constellar build, which I do want to profile here soon. This is like kind of one of my final versions of the deck. But I don't want to do like a profile on DevPro or anything. I want to have the actual deck and all the cards, and I'm really working on it. I really just need a couple more cards, and then for the extra deck, obviously I need the 101 and the Exciton Knight, which right now are really hard to find, so I'm going to have to wait until I get paid and pick up a box, or just order one. I mean, Exciton Knight very quickly went from 60 to $100, which is just ridiculous, but it's a really good, really good card. So yeah, that's the video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks, guys.